Hello everyone and welcome back to the Denver Broncos franchise. In the last episode, the Broncos were able to squeak by the 49ers due in large part to Brock Purdy throwing 4 interceptions, one of which was a pick 6. During the last 2 weeks, we have been playing with backup quarterback Michael Stockton, and he definitely has not met our typical standards for the quarterback position. He wasn't terrible, but you definitely have to play a certain type of way for him to be able to contribute, and even then, offense was pretty difficult to come by, and I think the main reason we were able to win in the 2 weeks that he started was primarily due to our defense. This week, Dennis Colbert returns and will take over the QB1 position once again. He was playing relatively well before going down with an injury, although he had been struggling the couple weeks leading up to his injury. The Broncos are currently 5-3, tied with the Chargers and 2 games back of the Chiefs, who only just got their first loss on the season to the Arizona Cardinals. Weirdly, I think if we look at our schedule, we could have easily been undefeated to this point. Lost kind of a heartbreaker to the Ravens. The game against the Chiefs came down to the final play of the game where Dennis Colbert threw an interception when aiming towards the end zone to tie it up to head to overtime. And the game against the Seahawks should have definitely been a win. I want to say we were up by 2 scores with like a minute and a half left in this one. So I think the Broncos are in this spot right now where, especially since week 3, we tend to play up or down to our competition. And that could come back to hurt us this week where we play against a Carolina Panthers team that isn't bad, but they're definitely one of the weaker teams we've faced so far this season. Drew Sanders was able to win Defensive Player of the Week for the AFC a week ago with his 2 interceptions, which were a huge part of the win over the 49ers. And I'm thinking probably because of his performance, we got this tandem breakout defensively. It's actually Christian Gonzalez. I was not expecting that. So it's PS2 who was playing well, and Christian Gonzalez has seen that and has been inspired. We'll praise CB Christian Gonzalez and see if there's any type of challenge for him to become a superstar level player. PS2 earns 2,500 XP for inspiring a teammate, and then if we can get Christian Gonzalez 2+ interceptions and pass deflections, it will inspire the entire defense. So it's not even necessarily to get him the development boost, it's to boost the whole defense. You may recall that we did place Jerry Perry and DeMarcus Stockton on the injured reserve. They are not eligible to return yet. Also, Drew Tranquil, not a huge part of the defense, but he broke his finger in practice, so he'll miss 2 weeks. And right guard Quinn Miners will miss the next 3 weeks. Luckily, after this week, we have our bye week, so he'll only miss 2 games total. In front of our home fans, once again, the Denver Broncos face off against the 4-4 Carolina Panthers. They have a pretty stout defense, although they are a bit weak on offense. They do still have Bryce Young at quarterback, and of course Denver now with the returning Dennis Colbert. And here comes Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers offense to start the day. Bryce Young's stats on the season: 1,900 yards, 10 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions. He's been quite good so far this year. The Broncos defense did not play nearly as well last week as they had been through the previous 3 or so weeks. That one's punched out by Drew Sanders, incomplete on the first play of the day. The Panthers, as I mentioned, still have Bryce Young. Their number 1 running back, at least on the depth chart, is Brandon McKenzie. They do still have Miles Sanders, though. Wide receiver 1 is McCole Hardman. They then have Jonathan Mingo and Devin Duvernay, as well as Nick Jones. And the tight end 1 is Irv Smith Jr. So we'll see how the Denver defense can match up against a much less potent offense, as Bryce Young, under some pressure, has to throw this one away. Baron Browning and Leonard Williams were there. Now it's 3rd down and 10. 3rd and long to start the day after 2 incompletions from Bryce Young. Can he get one here? Looking downfield, it's intercepted. So 0 for 3 on the day, and this one goes to the hands of PS2. And injury to insult, I guess in this case, an injured offensive lineman for the Panthers. The Broncos take over at the Carolina 36. Dennis Colbert back to lead the offense, and boy did we miss him. Can't throw down the field really at all with Michael Stockton. Colbert definitely can a little bit better. But the guy who led the offense in the meantime is Tajay Spears, and he gets a carry here, goes down after a pickup of 2. 2nd and 8 from the 35. We'll go back to Spears on the ground, jukes back inside and falls forward. That's an additional 5 or so yards, 3rd and short. On 3rd down, we'll see the first throw attempt of the day from Dennis Colbert. Back from injury, gets this to Rashad Winters. And now there's another Carolina injury, but Denver inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 13. Colbert back to pass once again. Wants his man Chester Truman, and we missed the duo, and it didn't take him very long. Touchdown Broncos. Dennis Colbert to Chester Truman. The dynamic duo is back, and they're hyped about it in the end zone. Touchdown Broncos to start the day. Denver finds themselves up 7-0, and I've noticed that this defense seems to be really good at exploiting less experienced quarterbacks. This time they go to the ground, though, and that'll be a pickup of 8 for McKenzie. It gets 2nd down and 2, already a way better drive considering they've got some positive yardage. Young has a man in motion and will hand it off. I believe that's McCole Hardman wearing the number 85, and it is, and he loses 2 yards. Now it is 3rd down and 4 for Carolina. Can Young find a 1st down? Takes the snap, throws immediately on a screenplay, need a big open field tackle, and we don't get it in time. Gonzalez tackling his man forward, and that's a 1st down for Carolina. From the 36, Young calling an audible and then takes the snap. Has time, fires, finds his man, it's Miles Sanders, breaks a tackle, and then gets drilled. And it's a 1st and 10 of the Denver 45, looking much better this drive. In Denver territory now, as they'll look to throw again, have not run many run plays, as PS2 brings his man down. That's Devin Duvernay, another pickup of 8. They get 2nd down and 2. Maybe this time they'll go to the ground with McKenzie. Under center is Young, and they do, and it blows up in their face immediately. Devin Bush having none of it. 3rd and 2 from the Denver 38. Bryce Young out of the shotgun. Throws quickly. It's picked off again. And it's Drew Sanders, the captain of the defense, one more time. 2 a week ago and 1 more today. 1st and 10 Denver at their own 32 this time. Bryce Young throwing it into tough coverages on 2 drives in a row, and we've just got sticky hands the last couple weeks. So the Denver offense takes back over and will go to the ground to start the drive. It's Spears finding a small gap in the middle, gets to the 41. On 2nd down from that 41-yard line, Spears gets another carry, not much room, but enough for a 1st down. Fresh set of downs from the 42, and Colbert is back to pass, wants Chester Truman over the middle, swatted away. The coverage was brought over by Cole Langford's route, would have been open otherwise. On 2nd and 10, we'll go to the air again. This time Rashad Winters is open underneath, and he holds on through the hit, but it doesn't pick up much yardage. It's 3rd and 6. From the 47, 3rd down and 6. And we've got Rashad Winters down the field, but it's overthrown by Dennis Colbert. Winters wide open, a free touchdown if I've ever seen one. Colbert throws on the run, and it is inaccurate. We'll punt it away. Panthers will start the new drive from their own 11. Denver unable to punish the 2nd interception, and that is incomplete, just completely inaccurate from Bryce Young. Now we'll try again on 2nd and 10. Young will go to the air once more, and it's a blitz coming, broken up pass to McCole Hardman, PS2 there in coverage. So now it's 3rd down and 10. The 2 interceptions previously coming on 3rd downs. Will it be another? No chance, because it's just all the way out of bounds. 4th down, Carolina will punt it right back. Good field position to start this next drive for the Broncos. A missed opportunity on the last one. 2:43 left in the 1st. 1st and 10 from the 40. We go on the ground to Tajay Spears, and he nearly gets the 1st down, instead just short. 2nd and inches from midfield. It's a blitz coming from Carolina, and Spears somehow not on the ground yet, finally ruled down. But it's a 1st and 10, and he's stiff as a board. From the 49 on the fresh set of downs. We'll go right side to Deontay Canty, and he will be just shy of the 1st to the 39. 2nd and inches under center for Colbert. Play action. Looking to throw downfield for Langford and misses him. So as much as I was saying we can maybe throw downfield a little bit more, maybe not. Colbert struggling to find the accuracy further down the field so far today. 3rd and inches, we go to the ground. It's Spears, and they give him the 1st down yardage with forward progress. Chester Truman not on the field. Replacing him is Daniel Truman, number 14 on the left side of your screen. He's going to get an opportunity, and he does well with it, picking up a grab and gets down at the 30. And that play also ends the first quarter, so now on to the second, as Colbert out of the shotgun is back to throw again. Has his man, it's Cole Langford, and he's got some room to work with. Tries to stiff arm a defender, but goes down at the 16. In the red zone are the Broncos. There's some really promising young receivers on this Broncos team. What are we going to do when Jerry Perry and DeMarcus Stockton come back? Deontay Canty, I think, has played well. Cole Langford has definitely played well. Let's get this one to never mind. Incomplete in the direction of the third string tight end. A.J. Dillon in the backfield this time. He'll get the carry. Goes down at the 7. Third down. 3rd and 1 from the 7. We'll go back to the ground. Try to get the yardage there, and we do. 1st and goal at the 4. The first attempt, goal to go, is going to be a blitz from the Panthers that gets home. Incomplete from Colbert, though. Now it is 2nd and goal. And Colbert looking to throw, incomplete again, taking a hit on another blitz, and now it's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal to go. Colbert to throw, and another blitz not picked up. And now it's 4th and goal as that falls incomplete, and we'll probably settle for the field goal here. Colbert had Truman open, just needed another second to get that ball off. Instead, it's 3 points added for Tanner Brown. But that's back-to-back drives where it feels like we have left points on the board. 10-0 Denver. Bryce Young so far only 3 for 10 with 2 interceptions. Nearly as many interceptions as completions so far. This is a handoff to McKenzie, and he loses 3 yards. Drew Sanders on 2nd and 13, almost definitely going to the air, I would imagine. McKenzie's still in the backfield, though. Young will look to throw. Finds his target, and that's a completion to Irv Smith Jr. And now we find ourselves in an empty set on 3rd and 7. Bryce Young to throw. Has his man, and it's dropped by Miles Sanders. A terrible drop on what would have been a first down for Carolina. Instead, it's a drive killer. The Denver offense back on the field. The defense continuing to give them drives. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 21. Colbert back to pass. And we saw Chester Truman one-on-one left side, but it's overthrown by Dennis Colbert. He is struggling so far in his return, I would say. The short to intermediate range stuff has been decent, but anything further down the field has been very inaccurate so far today. Spears gets the carry on 2nd down, setting up a 3rd and medium. And on 3rd down and 4, setting up a screen play for Tajay Spears, and Colbert misses it completely. He was under pressure, was on the run to his right, but just a terrible throw. 4th down, we'll punt it away. So 2 punts means that it's Carolina back on offense. 1st and 10 from the 24. Just over 5 minutes left to play here in the second. McKenzie a big gap, and Drew Sanders maybe saves a touchdown with that tackle. Will they go to the ground again after it worked so well on the last play? They will indeed, and it does not work nearly as well, but well enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10, 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Young throws immediately, and Justin Reed's defense was some of the most horrendous I have ever seen. Has to chase down Irv Smith Jr. now, and it's too late. Touchdown, Carolina. I talked about it in my 32 things I hate about Madden. Safeties in this game are horrendous. That is an 86 overall safety. Tried to jump it, and then despite having 93 speed, can't catch up. Irv Smith, by the way, 85 top speed, 83 acceleration. Justin Reed, 93 top speed, 92 acceleration, and he just got dusted. Couldn't even get close. This feels like a game the Broncos should be dominating. The defense had played well up to that point. The offense has struggled, though, even with Dennis Colbert at the helm. 4:28 left, and we'll look to throw. And try to lob one up for Chester Truman, but Colbert takes a hit. 2nd down and 10. Back to pass again. Another huge blitz coming from Carolina. Colbert able to get this one off, but was under pressure, and it was underthrown, I'm guessing for that reason. 3rd down. 3rd and 10 from the 25, and we'll go back to pass with Colbert again. Wants Deontay Canty, and a great throw and a better catch. from Canty means that the drive will continue. 1st and 10 to the 45. On 1st down, we'll go back to the ground, and Spears, finding a lane up the middle, makes a juke move and gets a 1st on this carry. 10 rushes for 50 yards so far today. Now on 1st down, we'll go back to the air and just go underneath for a free reception for Spears. He gets 7, 8 for 19 for Dennis. A.J. Dillon checks in, and on 2nd and 3, it is on the ground to him, and Blaine Wynn could not hold his block. If he could have for a second longer, that's probably a 1st. 3rd and 2 from the 35. Play action for Dennis Colbert, back to throw. Wants his man over the middle and misses the target again. 4th and 2 from the 35, and they want us to go for this. Colbert missing badly today further down the field. We are actually going to go for this on 4th down and 2. We'll look to throw. We've got Gresham, and he falls forward for the 1st. Great play by the 2nd-year fullback. That allows this drive to continue. Minute 30 left in the 1st half. Colbert is just going to throw this one away. Chester Truman out, Daniel Truman in. And we'll throw for Rashad Winters this time, left side. 3rd down and 3 coming up. 3rd down, 3 to go. Colbert back to pass. Wants Chester, and it has it punched out. Good play by the safety. 4th and 3. We'll have to settle for a field goal, I imagine. Tanner Brown on to kick another one. This one well within his range. Up and good. And now it is 13-7 with a bit over a minute left here in the 1st half, or maybe right on a minute. Either way, the Panthers have all of their timeouts and a lot of time. 1st and 10, 1 minute left. 3 timeouts for the Panthers. Definitely enough time to add some points as they'll go on a screenplay, and Quincy Walls didn't want anything to do with that. A loss of 4 and a timeout called. 2nd and 14 now, 56 seconds left. Young is out of the shotgun. Will look to throw again and wants his man down the field and has him. That was Dante Wake in coverage. And a good pickup for the Panthers. Now from the 45. They went to the hurry up, not using another timeout. This time it's picked off by Dante Wake. He gave up the play a play ago, and this time a redemption. Gets the interception. What is up with the Broncos and interceptions these last couple weeks? We were struggling to get turnovers the weeks before, but now suddenly we're turnover machines. That left 30 seconds on the clock for the Broncos could definitely still get some points here. Colbert gonna lob it up to Chester Truman immediately, and you already knew it was gonna happen once today. Chester Truman falls underneath it. Touchdown, Denver. It was only a matter of time until Dennis Colbert found his accuracy, and he gets the 2nd one of the day to Chester Truman. There was a blitz sent by the safety. Colbert got it off in time, and it's 6 more points for Denver. 25 seconds left and 2 timeouts. I've seen crazier things as the Panthers go downfield, find McCole Hardman, and use one of those timeouts. Only the 1 timeout remaining, so this is probably going to have to get to field goal range if they want any chance. Not even close, as that falls incomplete after a huge hit from Drew Sanders. I'm not going to lie, him deciding to do push-ups afterwards goes crazy hard. 17 seconds, still the 1 timeout due to the incompletion. Bryce Young definitely going to the air here, out of the shotgun. Has time, rolling to his left, may take off to run, and Will slides down, meaning they have to use the last timeout. They're definitely not in field goal range, obviously. 12 seconds left. This has to go to the sideline if they want any type of chance. It's Young. Has all day this time, and it does go to the sideline, and now with 6 seconds left, they're at the 41. I think they have to bring out the field goal unit here. The field goal unit is out. This is a very, very long field goal. 58, 59 yards, somewhere in between. Kick is up, and it is good, just inside the left upright. And that brings us to halftime. The Broncos up 20-10, and we'll start with the football in the second half. Neither of the two offenses have looked pretty, but the Broncos have kept it much cleaner. Bryce Young, of course, 3 interceptions in the first half is definitely the difference. The Chargers facing off against the Steelers, losing that one, so a win here today for the Broncos would put us a game ahead of LA. The Bills facing off against the Colts and up by 10. The Bills 2 2-6 this season. And finally, the Raiders at the Chiefs. The Raiders could really do us a solid here, but instead they're going to get absolutely destroyed. 14-42. The Chiefs improved to 8-1. That first half, for some reason, felt very, very long. We start the second half, Denver on offense, 1st and 10. From the 25, Spears tries to cut this back up the gut. Only the 1-yard pickup on the last play. Now it's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Spears will get another opportunity. Gets a bit more yardage this time. Now it's 3rd and 4. From the 31, 3rd down to start the second half, and Colbert cannot get it off. I had to wait for Spears to get out of the way of the lineman to throw it. And then Colbert had no time left. 4th and 16, a terrible start to the drive. So the Panthers kind of gain an advantage here after stopping the Broncos on their first drive of the second half. 1st and 10 from their own 31. And it's a handoff to McKenzie. Devin Bush gets him to lose to a TFL. 2nd and 12. The Panthers going to have to go to the air if they want to beat the Broncos today, I would say. And Young has thrown 3 picks. Let's see if we can get a 4th here in the second half. Leonard Williams gets a hit, but somehow that is completed to Miles Sanders. The other Sanders, Drew Sanders, brings him down at the 32. 3rd and 9. Can the Denver defense get another 3rd down stop, or will Bryce Young get a 1st down? They pick up the blitz nicely, except for one man, and it's Quincy Walls. For a corner, he sure gets a lot of sacks. And it's 4th and 19 for the Panthers, doing even a little bit worse than the Broncos did on their drive. Let's see if the Denver offense can clean up their act. That was not a great first drive of the second half. 1st and 10 from the 26, handoff Spears, and he's going to get 5 yards. No huge carries for him today, just a bunch of good ones. Sets up a 2nd and 5 from the 30, and it's back on the ground to Spears, but this time the Panthers had all of it. A loss of a yard. Sets up another 3rd down situation. It's 3rd and 6. Colbert to throw. Wants Chester. Popped way up in the air. Nearly intercepted. Instead, it falls incomplete. And it's another 4th down for the Broncos. Just a ton of punts to start the second half. Maybe the Denver defense can force another one. Handoff McKenzie. Drew Sanders all over it. A loss of 2 yards. Our run defense has been so good this year. And now it's 2nd and 12 from the 11. It's Bryce Young under pressure again. Finds his man, though, and that's complete to Irv Smith. Brought down at the 25. 1st and 10, like I mentioned, the Panthers are only really going to be able to beat us if they can do it through the air, because look at Drew Sanders. Another TFL. It has just been impossible for the Panthers to run the football today. Now Miles Sanders is in the backfield, but Young will look to throw. And goes to Sanders, but the other Sanders wants none of it. Incomplete, a forced breakup. What an absolute menace Drew Sanders has turned into, especially this season, putting up Defensive Player of the Year type performance, and they hand it off on 3rd and forever, and now it's 4th and forever. What in the world was that? That must have been an RPO, and they chose the R, and the R in this case stands for wrong, I guess, even though that word starts with a W. 4th and 15. I hope you like punts, because this second half is chock full of them. 2:23 left in the 3rd. Colbert to throw, finds his Manchester Truman immediately, cuts back inside, gets a couple extra yards. And it's a 1st and 10 at the 43. This Panthers team loves to blitz. From the 43, it's 1st and 10. Colbert to throw. Has his man wide open. It's Chester Truman again. Can't juke it back inside. Does hold on to the football, though, even though that looked scary. At the 37 in Panther territory. Well, this is the best the offense has looked in quite some time. Now it is 1st and 10 from the 37 with a minute left in the 3rd. It'll be a handoff to Roschon to start this 1st down. 2nd and 7, 30 seconds left in the 3rd now. Colbert back to pass, wants Langford, and it's intercepted. The 7th interception of the season, and it's looking like it might be a pick 6. Spears going to be the only one to stop it, and he does. It was J.C. Horn, and that's where we're missing a guy like DeMarcus Stockton. Those routes are not made for Cole Langford, who is slow. DeMarcus Stockton would have had a step at the very least. Langford gives up the leverage and gets beat by a much smaller player. That opens the door for the Panthers to be let right back into this football game. 23 seconds left in the 3rd. 1st and 10 from the Denver 33. near the red zone. Handoff, McKenzie, one of his better runs of the day, and it goes for 0. So that's saying a lot about this Denver defense. We've made them very one-dimensional, and it's made Bryce Young uncomfortable. He's thrown 3 picks, and that's the end of the third quarter. We head to the fourth. Can the Broncos defense keep it up? 2nd and 10 from the 33. Young calls an audible and will look to throw, has his man, and not quite a first down. Justin Reed in coverage, 3rd and inches. Will they go to the ground once again? On 3rd and inches from the 23, they do. McKenzie gets the carry, and he is going to get the first this time. Good lead block from the fullback. 1st and 10 at the 20. They've officially entered the red zone. How long can we ask the Broncos defense to hold up if the offense can't get any points? This is caught and completed to Mingo. I think that's the first time we've seen him today. A little over 8 minutes left. The Panthers looking primed to score. 1st and goal. Young throws, finds his man, incomplete. Quincy Walls breaks that one up. Now it is 2nd and goal from the 8. And Young out of the shotgun once again. McKenzie to his right, but they will go to the air. It is a throw to McKenzie, however. Devin Bush is all over it, and they actually lose a yard on this play. So it's 3rd and goal. From the 9, 3rd down and goal. Young looking to throw. Over the middle and wide open in the end zone is Jonathan Mingo. Touchdown, Carolina. We left Bryce Young entirely too much time, and zone coverage is absolutely horrendous. Nobody covering that middle part of the field, finding a window, and it's a touchdown for the Panthers. It's going to make it 20-17. The Broncos need a touchdown on this drive to put this game away, and the offense has struggled mightily in this second half. We go to the air and looking to throw and finding his man. Cole Langford does beat J.C. Horn this time. That one was a little scary. 1st and 10 to the 42, though. From the 42, Colbert back to pass, and I tried to throw it away, but instead it's a fumble, and the Panthers will take over at the 30. Then there was also an injury timeout, which I barely noticed, and Dennis Colbert goes out with a bruised shoulder after that. It says he will return soon. I tried to throw this away with Colbert. Are we sure this is a fumble, though? Oh, it does look like he's dropping it just before he hits the ground. Brutal, man. The Panthers, serious chance to win this game. We have 3 interceptions, but are now in prime position to lose this game due to a terrible second half from our QB1. And if we lose the lead on this drive, we'll probably have to drive down the field with our backup quarterback once again. As down the field goes Bryce Young, finds his man McCole Hardman at the 9. We seem to not be a second half team, although I can't really tell anymore. 1st and goal from the 9. It's a pitch over to McKenzie. No way Eddie Jackson gets beat on that tackle, and Brandon McKenzie punches it in. The last line of defense was the safety, and he was not a very good safety net. Touchdown, Panthers. Bad to worse here in Denver. Are we going to lose a game to Carolina as they take the lead 24-20? So here's Michael Stockton. He led the team to 2 wins while Colbert was out. Can he do it again? No, evidently he cannot. In fact, we can't get anything going now. And now Blaine Wynn is injured. A loss of 2. 2nd and 12 from the 23. No blitz this time, although it doesn't seem to matter. Zion Johnson lets a man through, and Stockton with no time to throw. Now it is 3rd down and 12. Stockton back to pass. Actually, it's Colbert back in the game, and he gets it to Chester Truman. He'll go out of bounds at the 41. A foot fracture for our center, Blaine Wynn. We are getting injured on the offensive line now. So Colbert did not want to see Michael Stockton remain in the game. He comes back in and now goes down. Another sack. Where is the blocking on the edge today? 2nd and 19. Colbert back to pass. Chester Truman one-on-one coverage. Colbert overthrows him, though. It's 3rd and 19. 3rd and very long. Colbert back to pass. Lobs it up for the big fella. It's Cole Langford. Couldn't come down with a big catch. Swatted away. 4th and 19. We really don't have a choice but to punt this away. Well, the Denver defense gonna have to come up with a huge play just like they did last week if the Broncos want a victory. Young throws quickly. Christian Gonzalez didn't even look at the quarterback, and it's a completed pass to Jonathan Mingo at the 26. 4 minutes remaining. Bryce Young hands off to McKenzie. Finally, some positive yards for him. Only 30, less than that on the day. They're, of course, trying to chew some clock, and now it is 2nd and 4 from the 32. Young hands off McKenzie, gets some positive yards again, but only 2. Now it's 3rd down. 3rd and 2, this would be a huge stop for the Broncos defense. We'll see if it can come to fruition. Bryce Young taking his time, taking the snap, of course, trying to burn as much clock as possible. They hand it off to McKenzie, and Leonard Williams gets the stop. So now it is 4th down. We'll call a timeout because we've, of course, got the 2-minute warning, which counts as a free one. The Panthers have to punt this away. The Broncos will get their opportunity. And Dennis Colbert is back in the game, so we don't have to do it with Michael Stockton, as this is going to be a touchback. This Broncos offense has been shut out here in the second half. Does that continue, or will they finally get on the board? Sean Ryan, our backup right guard, is now injured. Luckily, that doesn't burn one of our timeouts. In fact, I might argue that that helps us a little bit. So we get this to Deontay Canty, and it was good accuracy, but somehow way behind him. Now it's 3rd down and 4. Colbert will look to throw again, has Canty again. What is happening? Is this a new bug of some kind? Accurate, and I mean, it's not a drop, it's just behind him. 2 plays in a row where it's a drag route, free 1st down to Deontay Canty, and now it's 4th down. Well, I mean, we have to convert here or it's game over. I feel a little scammed, but here we go. 4th down, we'll look to throw, go to Cole Langford. He's not gonna get it. 1st down Carolina, and we can kind of kiss the win goodbye, probably. I'm not sure what happened there. 2 accurate passes that are just somehow behind the man. Accuracy is subjective, I guess. 2 minutes left, 1st down over the middle, finding Devin Duvernay. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. A touchdown ices the game. A field goal gives us a chance, so just need the defense to show up in a big way. Obviously, a turnover would be the most ideal. We'll burn our timeout. They're in the I formation, going to be running the ball. No surprise there, as it is a handoff to McKenzie up the middle. He does get some positive yardage. It's 3rd and 5. Now the question is, will they go to the air here? I'm thinking that they're going to. 3rd and 5 from the 10. This is what the game comes down to. Bryce Young takes a sack. It's Quincy Walls. We don't have a timeout to use, so the clock will roll, but we do hold them to a field goal. We've got a chance at the very least. They will attempt the field goal with under 1:15 left, as that kick is now up, and of course it is right down the middle. Missed field goals are a rarity in this year's game, but that does leave the Broncos with a chance to tie and try to force overtime. 1st and 10 from the 25, and the very first play, we're lobbing it up to the man, the myth, the Chester Truman, and we will hurry this up. It's a huge pickup, and now there's 30 seconds left. Need a touchdown. We're going to go to the ground weirdly here, and it kind of works out in our favor. We're going to hurry it up again and spike the football here with about 20 seconds left. 19 seconds to go. A huge play to Chester Truman, and then a big pickup by Spears. Well, this kind of has to go to the end zone. Not a lot of time. We probably do have time to hurry it up once. Colbert to throw, wants Winters underneath. He's going to be stopped. We have to go in the hurry up. Is there enough time to take the snap and make a throw? It's going to be the last play of the game. Colbert back to pass, looks to throw, has a man. Why is he coming out of the end zone though? And it is end of the game. Spears is wide open on the right side. If he just stays in the end zone, that is a touchdown. What a brutal way to lose for the Broncos. Oh my goodness. What a game this ended up being. Really entertaining, right down to the wire. Just absolutely zero offense from us in the second half. I wish I could show a replay of that. I can view highlights, but no replays. If Spears just stays in the end zone there, it's a tie game. What is the receiver logic, man? And he didn't come a little bit out of the end zone. He came to like the 5-yard line to try to help Dennis Colbert. That is just insane, man. And the plays it gave me on the hurry up were not very good. I just had to try to find one that had a shorter route. The Broncos fall to 5-4. Let's take a look at player stats. Dennis Colbert, awful in his return. Really, really bad. 20 for 40, 290 yards. I mean, we can throw it down the field a little bit, but the inaccuracies from this guy were insane today. So many throws that I'm so used to him making have been bad, and they were bad before he went down with injury too. He started playing poorly around like week 4. He was playing like an MVP up until that point, and suddenly that's gone. Bryce Young was awful. He threw 3 picks, and we managed to lose this game. Spears had a pretty good day. I mean, it was fine. McKenzie only averaging 2.2 a carry. Receiving Chester Truman with Dennis Colbert back was insane. 6 for 168 and 2 touchdowns. Winters 5 for 40, could not power through to get into the end zone on that drag route. That's what I was looking for. I wanted a drag route to a big body like a Winters or a Langford, and I wanted them to be able to power through the hit, but he just couldn't do it. And we're dead on the goal line. And then of course, Spears running out of the end zone. Irv Smith Jr. scorched us because safeties are terrible. Justin Reed was like the worst signing I could have done because safeties just don't matter, man. We could put a 60 overall guy back there and it just doesn't matter. Devin Bush led the team in solo tackles, and I'm guessing also total tackles. He did indeed with 9. Drew Sanders also had 9. We had so many TFLs today. Quincy Walls, by the way, 4 TFLs and 2 sacks. What a stud. Got a sack on really the 2 times he blitzed. Wake, Sanders, and PS2 all with an interception, and it means nothing as we end up with another loss. Drew Sanders gets an upgrade. We'll give him a pass coverage upgrade, 1 acceleration, 1 awareness, 1 man, 1 tackle, 1 zone. Chester Truman will also get an upgrade, and it's still just medium route running really that he doesn't have. He doesn't really have release either, so I am going to put the point into deep threat and hope to get release or medium route running or both. Do get 1 medium route running and 2 release. This is an excellent upgrade for Chester Truman. Now Blaine Wynn with his fractured foot will miss 4 weeks. I have to place him on IR unfortunately, because I'm gonna need to bring somebody off of the practice squad or sign a free agent to take his spot. We've of course got the tandem breakout. I'm not sure how this went. I was ready to, because Christian Gonzalez didn't really do anything, unfortunately. It was everyone else who was a standout. Went ahead and advanced the week. It is officially our bye week. The Chiefs, of course, winning again, are now 8-1. We are 5-4 along with the Chargers, and I'm starting to wonder if we are even a playoff team. If we look at strictly the AFC standings, you've got the Chiefs, Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Colts, Dolphins, and Chargers ahead of us, which is 7 total teams. So we would currently not be in the playoffs if they started today at 5-4. Something's gotta change. That was actually our first home loss on the season. We're bad on the road this year, apparently. I don't know what to do. We are officially past the trade deadline, I believe. So I'll go ahead and advance through the bye week to end off this episode. We'll play the 4-5 Titans next episode. The Chiefs are now 9-1, but the Chargers did lose, which helps us out a lot. The 2 games after this one are very, very important. We play the Chiefs, who are obviously probably the best team in the game right now, and then we play the Chargers, who are playing us very close, and it's going to probably be between the 2 of us to determine one of the final 2 or so wild card spots. Jerry Perry not eligible to return yet, but DeMarcus Stockton is. So let's remove him from the injured reserve. And officially we have our wide receiver 2 back, which honestly is a pretty big deal because he's quite a bit better than most of our other receivers. Deontay Canty played admirably, but he's just not the archetype for a number 1 or number 2 receiver, whereas DeMarcus Stockton very much is, being 6'3" with 93 speed. I'm really excited to have him back. Having him in the wide receiver 2 spot should be very helpful. I would say we're kind of already getting into must-win territory, and the Titans are maybe the weakest team we're going to play all season at only an 81 overall with a weaker defense and a not great offense. This is a game that we need to win, especially going into playing against the Chiefs for the 2nd time and then playing the Chargers. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Despite the game being so hectic, I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. As much as it was a little bit of a tilter, I think, to play, it was still very enjoyable, and I think it was pretty entertaining for the most part. But like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode where we'll take on the Titans.